Hello everybody. We shall start the class today on a new chapter, Union Legislature. Union Legislature. We shall discuss about Parliament and also about their functions, multifunctional role, and various features associated with Parliament. You know, all of you know that India has adopted a parliamentary form of government where the executive is responsible for executive is responsible to the legislature. That is the things. So for Madras state, answer is B. Andhra Pradesh became a first linguistic state after independence. Okay, so in parliamentary form of government, the parliament has a supreme position in the Indian political system. Parliament has supreme position in the Indian parliament, in the Indian political system. Union legislature is called it's called the Parliament of India. Union legislature is called the Parliament of India. Before independence, Odisha was the first linguistic state. That is B. Okay, Indian legislature is called the Parliament or Sansad, adopted as the Hindi name Sansad. Parliament is the supreme lawmaking body in the country. It is also a law that is multifunctional body. Remember, Parliament is a multifunctional body. Apart from the legislative function, that is lawmaking function, the Parliament performs lot of functions like electoral functions and your judicial functions and executive functions. Lot of functions are there. It is not only a lawmaking body, but it is a people's chamber, and it has a lot of responsibilities towards the people. It ensures that people get justice. It ensures that people's representatives are performing on democratic platform, and it elects president, vice president. It also elects the presiding officers, and it holds the executive accountable to it, and also it makes provisions for the removal of impeachment of the president, removal of the vice president, removal of the judges of Supreme Court, High Court, and other dignitaries. It has also various functions. So it is a multifunctional body, which I'll discuss that. Then we shall have to know on which subjects Parliament makes law. Parliament makes legislation on the subjects mentioned in the union list and concurrent list. Remember that Parliament has exclusive authority over union list and concurrent list. Okay, that is also kind of things. It also makes legislation. सत्यटी चेक कर देते कर दी It also makes legislation on the subjects mentioned in the state list in certain circumstances like when Rajya Sabha passes a resolution under Article 249, Rajya Sabha passes a resolution that it is desirable in the interest of the states to legislate on a particular subject for the interest of the state, that it can. Number two, also certain times it can related to during national emergency and also during emergency, national emergency and state emergency also the parliament regulates. And when two or more states request, when on the request of two or more states, on the request of two or more states to legislate on a particular subject, that must be a request by more than one state. So we can see that Parliament legislates not only on the concurrent list and union list and concurrent list, but also on state list and but also on state list. So it enjoys a supremacy over lawmaking in India. I think a considerable percentage of the laws made in India are invariably prepared by the parliament. And as India has adopted a parliamentary democracy, so parliament has much importance or vital role to play in the successful functioning of the governance of the country. So that is most important part we have to remember before going deep into the parliamentary provisions. Okay? And parliament is a constitutional authority. It mentioned in part B from Article 79 to 122 deals with parliament and parliamentary provisions. Parliament in India. Before going to discuss the things, let us learn that we have adopted the Westminster model of parliament, Westminster model of parliamentary government, Westminster model adopted in practice in UK. We have adopted the Westminster model, but with certain variations. So let us discuss certain variations with the British Parliament first of all. Okay. So let me just have a few points on that. Variations between British Parliament, and your Indian Parliament and Parliament of India. First of all, the parliamentary system. Here, Parliament. There is parliamentary sovereignty in Britain. There is parliamentary sovereignty. in Britain. Parliament is as sovereign as anything. But in India, the parliament is not as sovereign. In India, but in India, the parliament is not as sovereign as its British counterpart. As its British counterpart. So, what restricts the power of parliament? There are various factors we shall discuss towards the end of the sovereignty of parliament is not absolute. There is a question also. Sovereignty of parliament is not absolute. That is right. There are a lot of multiple factors we will discuss, but let me just tell you the points that restrict the powers. First of all, the written nature of constitution that defines the powers of parliament and other institutions, other organs of the government. So, in this way, the parliament is restricted. Parliament cannot transgress the limits set by the constitution, or there is a constitutional limit to parliamentary sovereignty. Hence, it is not as sovereign. But in Britain, everything is based upon the convention and parliamentary conventions, parliamentary traditions, enactments. So, parliament dictates the term. It is the supreme lawmaking body. There is nothing to challenge it. So in India, the written constitution. So we can conclude that Rajya Sabha is made up of is made up of is made up of is made up of the Rajya Sabha is made up of both what Rajya Sabha is made up of both elected and nominated members. At the end of every 10 years, every 2 years. So Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, no reservations. Sikkim, Tripura. Also remember that MP, Madhya Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh has out of 29 seats, Madhya Pradesh has reservation. So ST reservation is highest in Jharkhand, in MP. ST reservation is highest in MP, probably. So 6. So the highest is the MP. MP is the highest ST reservation, and Uttar Pradesh it ST reservation highest. That is a point to be remembered. So these are a brief idea. You can analyze them in different perspectives because questions may be fragmented on that. You can have that. Okay. And apart from the state, also you can also find how many states do not have the a total reservation. In case of Nagaland, also, and then in case of Sikkim, there is no state reservations. SC reservations are not there. Combined reservation, Goa doesn't have any reservations. Goa, I think they have no reservation. Goa, I think Goa doesn't have reservations. Yes. Then that is there is reservation. So it is Goa, Nagaland, and Sikkim do not have any reservation. Goa, Nagaland, and Sikkim, no reservation states. No reservations. Okay. So this way you can find other way also. You can find other characteristics. Remember, you must have noticed that there is no reservation in Tamil Nadu and Kerala also. Kerala. It's a K. Kerala. Kerala have no ST reservations. Himachal Pradesh has no ST reservations. Isn't it? So in this way you can analyze the things and have some idea about that in different perspectives. Questions will be asked. With regards to union territories, union territories Laguna, Andaman Nicobar Islands, 100, Chandigarh, 100. You can conclude Dadra Nagar and Daman also. Daman, Diu, Dadra Nagar, they will be two. Okay. So DNH, Dadra Nagar Haveli and Daman, Diu, there will be 201 because in Dadra Nagar Haveli there was a reservation for ST. So it will be counted perhaps. NCT of Delhi, yes, 710. Lakshadweep, 101. Jammu and Kashmir, 500. Ladakh, 100. So total number of seats is 8447 out of 543. Hence we call out of 5. So there is only reservation in two union territories, DNH and Delhi, and also in Lakshadweep also. ST reservations are there, but in only union territory having SC reservation is Delhi, probably one, and city of Delhi is having one, and there is two. There is ST, and it is ST, and here is SC. Andaman Nicobar does not have any representations and reservations. Chandigarh doesn't have any reservations, and they don't have also reservations. It is not finalized, but it may be provided by the parliament. Another thing, the reservation is meant only for 10 years periodically. It is subject to change. So we shall write that reservations are reservations in Lok Sabha are regulated by Parliament under Accordingly, to extend to SC and ST, by 104 Constitutional Amendment Act 2019, such reservation are carried on, are extended till 2030. That is also a point to be remembered. Okay, so this is the things we have discussed, several things about that, and about Lok Sabha also. Implementation of the Indian Territories Act 1965 elections may was extended to Union territories, and with regards to reservations, that is also there, and it has been extended by Parliament by 10 years at a time, so it is subject to change after 10 years. Next, nomination of members. Article 331 empower the President to nominate two members from Anglo-Indian community to Lok Sabha if, in the opinion of President, such however, however, such nomination provision abolished by the amendment on the Constitutional Amendment 2019. Okay, so this is the most important article. Reservation is 330, and there is two members to Anglo-Indian community. If, in his opinion, such community is underrepresented in Lok Sabha, but this provision has been diluted, has been done away with, as the number of population of Anglo-Indian communities being probably marginalized, and hence there is no need for separate representation or nomination of Anglo-Indian members. It is a point to be remembered. Okay, so this is the things. We shall commence the next part of the parliament in the next class. Okay, so please continue to watch us and have your constructive comments. We will definitely work on your comments. Okay. Okay. Thank you all for watching us. We'll be back soon.